and welcome to the brand new mini-series on the channel called Paws and Claws Zoo. Now, I wanted this to feel more than just a gate, more than just an entrance to the zoo for the guests, so it is going to feel natural, modern, and welcoming. The whole structure is built in a log cabin style with a mix of warm wood, tones, and beams that frame everything together. I wanted to keep, obviously, a natural vibe, a realistic vibe as well to the zoo, and also my build. So before even stepping inside the zoo, guests can relax in a welcoming sitting area just by a mini lake here that we're building. We're just trying to make it not too big, not too small, but just to try and encapsulate sort of a peaceful and calm vibe just before walking in. It's all about creating that sense of escape, like you're really stepping into a world that's both wild and inviting, but also calm, nurturing with the animals as well. So that's sort of the vibe that I wanted to go for in this little area here. And then behind that, we'll get into building the actual entrance itself. I've sort of got an outline of what I wanted to do. Just obviously lots of wood beams, natural colors, a welcoming and sort of open style building that'll sort of encapsulate what I'm going for. It'll also have the name of the zoo sort of angled across, pretty much just displaying the zoo name, giving the entrance a strong silhouette while still keeping like rustic, outdoorsy feel, sort of like a camp cabin. That's sort of what I'm going for the entire building. Really, I'm wanting a lot of it to be realistic, but also warm, welcoming, but also like lots of wood tones as well. Like as you can see here, I'm placing like all of these wooden walls to sort of, barricade the pathways, and also have like a little sitting area that people can wait here for the cars. Or I'm not doing a car park or anything like that. It's just going to go straight into the entrance, which I'm fine with. I'm not the best at doing car parks, so anyway, like I think it works out well. So for these buildings on the right, we're going to be finding a nice little gift store. They've done lots of updates recently because I haven't played this in a hot minute. So they've done lots of updates where you can actually do gift stores. So that'll be tucked away neatly in the plaza. Massive glass windows to show off, like obviously all the souvenirs and stuff you can buy, from like plush toys to drinks and snacks. It's pretty much the perfect spot to grab something on your way in or out, because obviously when you're building something, you want to make it realistic, and so that's what they usually have. They usually have a gift store to make you walk through on your way out, so that's what we'll have right there, just behind this building. And then one of my favorite features is like how the entrance overlooks the water. We'll do more, I want it more like I said, realistic, and lots of water. So we'll do a little lake on the back side of it. So as guests walk through the plaza, they're immediately greeted with like a gorgeous lake view. Around the edges, plants, trees. We love landscaping, so obviously we're going to be landscaping that, and we'll blend into the building seamlessly, make it look all natural. Even the old dead tree out the front, it all brings it in the right untamed atmosphere, if you will. Benches, pathways, wooden fencing. We all do like custom, obviously we do custom fencing, custom habitats, barriers, all that, so it feels functional and realistic while still carrying like the modern twist to it. It's pretty much, I think it's one of my best entrances that sets the tone for the rest of the zoo, like natural, immersive, just a little bit wild, if you will. That's why I will do like the paws and claws across the archway of the building, and I think it looks really nice. The building is pretty much all these wooden beams, focusing on like realism of holding it up structurally. And I wanted I'm so used to the pathways like in Planet Coaster 2, and they're amazing. So going from that to this, was a bit of a struggle. I did struggle a little bit, as you can clearly see, with connecting all the paths together, but we got there in the end. But I had the vision of having the sort of the ticket gates through this building here. So you'd walk through the building here, beep your tickets or buy your tickets out the front, and then walk through into the zoo itself. So I feel like that's a realistic type of entrance to have for the zoo, to have like the barricades there as well, and then also like a little there you go. And then I was like, oh, they're actually paths, so then you have to connect them all up, and then wrong way, because obviously I haven't played this in a hot minute, so it's a whole thing. I also didn't have a lot of settings correct, so the pathing is a little bit better now, but it wasn't the best when I was doing this. So you can probably see me here and there just nitpicking, trying to make it all work. But we got there in the end. Did like a nice little shop here. We'll do two little information stands. Then we also add more of the gift store stuff behind it to make it so you're able to buy stuff there as well, which I think works really well. And it looks really nice as well, because it ties in obviously all the souvenirs that you can buy, because there's like hats, there's shirts, there's umbrellas, there's bags, there's toys, there's so much stuff that you can buy. Like it's really cool. So I'm glad they added that little update to the store. There's also like restaurants. They were here last time we played, so we'll definitely have to do a modern restaurant, maybe even looking out over the lake on the other side. That would be pretty cool, like with an exhibit near it or something like that. So I feel like that would be a pretty cool thing to do. But for now, it's just sort of detailing. Pretty much the entire episode is just building out this entrance. Obviously, it's taken a while. I think it was like 3.5, 4 hours to build this, which might seem like an awful lot, but like I said, I'm trying to make it really realistic and functional as well. So that's why it's been a hot minute for this episode. Behind it's obviously going to be the gift store on the right, and then a little store on the left as well, but with more open style, I guess, walking. I wanted the pathways to be really big as well. I find that when I do build things, at the start, I do like tiny paths. So I think most of these paths are like 8 meters wide at the front, which is obviously good for lots of foot traffic, which there will be, considering it is the entrance. And I usually am quite, I feel like, compact with my building at the start. Like as soon as the entrance is there, boom, there's something there. So I wanted to try and do my best at not cramming everything in as soon as you get there. Obviously, when you go to zoos and theme parks, it's sort of like a grand plaza, and then it sort of spurts off into different bits and bobs. So I wanted to obviously try and encapsulate that as well. Here I am adding little stands, which is so cool. I saw them, I was like, that's hell yeah, dude, let's do that. So we obviously go back and add some stuff to them as well. But I try and, in this one, try and make it as realistic as possible when doing the pathing system, because obviously there's going to be lots of foot traffic, and I don't usually do very well with entrances. So I am still, I'd say I'm a decent builder and park, I guess, designer. Don't quote me on that, but I think for right now, it is turning out to be maybe my best zoo. It's definitely my best entrance, that I think. I did have a little bit of a reference photo that I just found online, so I just sort of went off that a bit. And also, I don't like the rotational tool. For some reason, I can't get it to snap back to reality. No, I can't get it to sort of snap back to straight. Obviously, it's a 15-degree angle that it snaps to, but a lot of the time I'm sort of just doing it manually because it just wasn't straightening properly. We also, this little bit, I didn't really know what to do, but we do like a sort of like another little shelter with some seats there that the guests can sit and wait or whatever they want to do. We also cover all of this with, foliage and making it look all nice. Like, look how good this looks. I mean, I am very happy with how it's turning out thus far. It's like I said, it took me like 3.5, 4 hours just for these, not just this, we do more, but like all these buildings all up. So these episodes will probably be a little bit longer just because otherwise it's going to be a headache to watch. So don't really want you guys, you know, getting all dizzy while watching it. But I also wanted to be, you know, sped up because you don't really want to see a 4-hour build of me doing all this sort of stuff. Information is also a very big thing for me as well in zoos. I like the guests to have lots of information. Even though it is sandbox, it still goes onto the zoo rating of guests being able to have enough information about animals and things that are going on. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that there's lots of things for the guests to read and look at and get information. We'll also do lots of like tours as well because they do like animal talks and animal or zoo tours and stuff like that. So that's another cool thing that I like about the zoo. So yeah, we'll have lots of. I also lots of ideas to build things. I had an idea to try and build like a little circle thing that would go onto the building, but it didn't really work out. Like I said, I haven't played this in a hot minute, so it's bit hit and miss at the minute while I'm trying to sort of figure out what I'm doing for this back area. I thought maybe doing the restaurant, but then I'm like, no, there's no restaurants at the entrance of a build, like a zoo or a theme park. Like that's just not right. So we'll do that later on. Get rid of that circle as well because that's not looking very good. I want it to obviously be very realistic in the sense of windows as well. So lots and lots of windows as well, which you got to have because I want guests to be able to look in and out of everywhere. And then the shadows are in this game are phenomenal. I say that about every Frontier game, but they are very good. So shout out Frontier for all your work with building shadows and doing all that sort of stuff because it's very good. Yeah, we're sort of extending the main building because obviously it's a grand building. It's got to be big. It's got to be functional. The guests are going to be like, wow, when you walk up to it. So extending it a bit out here. And then we're also going to be doing like the seating area on the inside of it. So it's going to be, I don't really know the style. It's obviously open concept, but it's not fully closed in. Like that's probably the only, apart from a little bit of a wall near the lake, that's probably the only walls. The rest are sort of just columns that hold it up, which I'm not mad about. I like that sort of style. So yeah, it was sort of just, here you can see I'm trying to struggle because originally the reference photo had the path and sort of like a little bit of a seating area over the water. So that's what I sort of wanted. Obviously I didn't have the settings right for the path, so I couldn't end up doing that, which is a bit of a shame, but I do like how it's turned out. It's looking very nice. So yeah, here are me putting in all like, I guess the structural columns, the beams and everything like that. So making sure it all sort of matches up to the main building itself, because obviously it's got to flow between buildings. Yeah, here I am trying to figure it all out. After this episode, I do end up changing a setting. Here, yeah, I'm really struggling. End up changing a setting, which has definitely fixed it. But for now, this is as good as it's going to get. We obviously make it look better than what it is right now. But yeah, it was a mission and a half, considering, yeah, like you're watching this sped up. It was a mission. Yeah, I have no idea what the pathing system, but going from Planet Coaster 2, there we go, Planet Coaster 2 to that like was doing my head in. It was a real mission to get it all done. But yeah, here I am trying to extend it out, but it just wasn't working. So I don't actually know what the setting was that was off, but now I can do what I was trying to do without it being, you know, a pain in the ass. Here I am, yeah. don't know what I'm fixing, don't know what I'm trying to change, but we got there in the end. And I think it works out really well. Yeah, I'm trying to sort of just make it as neat as possible with the pathing, because the pathing isn't very good. So I'm sort of just trying to cover up as much grass as I can while we do some building of it. So yeah, those are sort of the only walls for this area. Then the rest is open style, which is very nice. It brings like that natural feeling, especially with all the warm wood tones. And I want to make like a little custom fireplace. I feel like that would be cool. It definitely reminds me of like a summer camp like hall building or something like that. So that's definitely the vibe I was going for. We put a canoe on the roof as well, which I think is very cool. But yeah, I might even put like a little fireplace there. That'll be cool to look at. Don't really know how I'm going to do that, but we'll get there in the end. It's coming along very nicely. Again, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do in this area. I wanted to obviously keep it quite empty because of the entrance. So we only put like two shops on this side, where that big A-frame is, and then just some tables and chairs, and that's pretty much it for that side. Then obviously the gift store on the other side, but yeah, I wanted it quite open and welcoming. So yeah, again, roofs, I'm trying to sort of experiment with roof shapes as well. I'm usually just a sort of the flat roof kind of guy, but I wanted to sort of test my building skills, obviously, because it's realistic build, modern build, probably maybe my best build. So yeah, I wanted to try and incorporate that as best I could with some unstable roofs. So yeah, I think it looks very good, and also it adds to like the realism of different angles, different heights, structural beams going everywhere. So that's all the wood stuff. So usually I think the wood beams are the important ones. That's why there's so many, and it also brings in obviously the natural look and feel of like a cabin. And I wanted to continue the structural beams and look of the main entrance along to these buildings. So yeah, we did the strain beams with the little beams around it as well, just to tie it in a little bit better. And I think it looks out really, really well. It does look very good. And when we do a little building here, again, I was a bit lost with what to do, but I think seeing it all come together, and as I say, I sort of just go as I just keep building and adding until, yeah, man, these pathing systems are really really trying to annoy me. But yeah, I sort of just keep adding stuff until it looks good. So yeah, we do a little shop here on the water, and I think that looks really nice as well. The sort of it's another gift store, but it's information and then also a little coffee store. Because yeah, no doubt people would want their coffee when they first walk into the theme or into the zoo. So yeah, we do that. We do some more stands, and I think it looks really well. It is also open style as well, so I do really, really like that. I think, yeah, I'm really happy with how the entrance has turned out. It looks really good. I'm very happy with it all, especially with all the wood. I wasn't entirely sure how much wood I was going to use, but I just kept adding wood, and it seemed to turn out just fine. So yeah, here I am adding more structural beams, because obviously all this is going to be open and you're going to be able to see it from a guest point of view. So I wanted to make sure that it all looked good. It all tied in together. All the beams were together. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was all neat and tidy for when the guests come in. It's not open yet. It's probably not going to be open for a while, but that's okay. We'll just keep building it out. It'll probably be good for my PC actually, because like there's no limit on guests on here, so there's like up to like 10,000 guests will come in here. So while I'm building, probably not the best thing to do, because obviously, yeah, this took like 4 hours. So you can imagine with like guests just roaming around, probably take a bit of performance out of the computer. So we'll just see how we go. But for now, yeah, it's closed, which is probably a good idea. But I'll still want your inputs on like what guests would like. Because obviously you guys are watching it, I want your input. So yeah, if you think certain guests would like something else or a different way or something like that, let me know down below. Because yeah, I would like this little coffee sign, $4. I feel like that's reasonable. Yeah, but I'd like you guys input throughout the series. It's not the entire layout of the map. It's like a mini-ish zoo, but if you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know that what I don't do in size, I make up for in detail. And then I found a little canoe as well, so I thought that would look cool on top of the building, sort of, again, tying it into sort of like a summer camp cabin, if you will, like they do those sorts of excursions or, you know, activities. So I thought that would look cool tied to the roof as well. Obviously we add chains to it eventually, but for now we're just sort of detailing out the main area still. What I don't like about the pathing system is like you can't like the axis tool for the pathing system, you can't extend it or anything like that, like Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster 2, sorry. So yeah, there's going to be gaps and grass bits here and there, so I'm sort of trying to cover it up with like a little bit of a garden, and I think it works out quite well. There's still bits and pieces here and there that sort of, yeah, there's grass, like these little like corners there, so I'm not entirely sure what to do there, but yeah, I sort of just do little gardens, some soil, change the colors of the ground and blend it in a bit, add some flowers, and then also we'll cover up obviously the side of it because I don't really like the look of just the garden bed there. Obviously with some more wood, because that is all of this, pretty much all of this build is just wood. And then yeah, pretty much any odd gap that I can't really put anything in properly, I'll just fill with a garden, obviously do like a custom fence, custom gate, and then yeah, just fill it in with some trees, plants, even a planter box, who knows. Is coming along very nicely. We'll work on the gift store after this, and then that'll be the end of the episode. But yeah, the entrance is pretty much finished. Actually, that is a lie. We do extend the entrance out a little bit just behind the gift store and do staff building. And we incorporate that into the actual main entrance building as well. Make it the same sort of vibe, the warm woods, the, you know, rustic feel. Here's the little, I guess, gift store layout. I didn't want it too close to the actual main entrance itself, like the pathway. Obviously, it's going to be close, but yeah, the layout is very cool. You can add like an extra register. There's more people. You can extend it as well, which is very cool. And so yeah, we extend it and make it pretty much the same layout, pretty much the same, I guess, building style as the main building itself. And obviously you're going to add a lot more stuff into it as well, because it's a gift store at the front of the zoo, so you got to make sure there's lots of stock available. So yeah, we do more shelves, more boxes. Yeah, so we transfer over the same wood walls, the stone bottoms of the walls as well, and then we do glass paneling for all of that side of the, I keep trying to say restaurant, for the gift store, to make it just looks so good, and you get your natural light in, and that's where we do like a little lake as well for the rest of the park as well. So yeah, it looks really nice, especially when you can add all the stuff to like the store. I'm just really happy with it. It looks really good. Getting towards the end of the first episode of the zoo, of Paws and Claws Zoo. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and comment if you are enjoying the build thus far. Like I said, they might take maybe a week or two to get episodes out just because they take so long so bear with me. But if you are enjoying it, please let me know down below. I very much appreciate it and all your support on the channel recently. So make sure if you aren't subscribed, do that, because there's going to be lots of more zoo content coming, as well as Planet Coaster 2 as well. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, tuning in for the episode, and I will see you in the next episode. So yeah, see ya.